Hey, good morning. Well, it's good morning here. Whatever time it is for you, good that. Whatever, fill in that blank. And know that that's a sincere greeting from me. But I don't know what time it is when you're seeing this. Hey, it's time for day 14 out of 45 days to find your leadership rhythm. So we're in module 2, which we're now looking at the daily process, standard operating procedures. And everybody has them, whether you're in business or running a household or volunteering with a local civic organization. Everybody has standard operating procedures. You may not have identified them, but you got them. So it's refining them and working with them. So we're in the second module. We're going to go through the leadership acrostic again, now looking at how leaders and influencers guide processes or manage the process, guide people, help develop people, so forth. Again, these are all just a quick overview of each of these topics. Got a little sun coming in here. See if we can. Whoa, that is really bright. All right. Leaders, last week we looked at the fact that leaders look ahead. This week we're looking at this. Leaders expect a successful outcome. Leaders expect a successful outcome. Now, you're fooling yourself if you're going to say to yourself that's just how some people are. So how is it that leaders can expect a successful outcome, from whatever task or mission they're working on? Pardon me, the sun's bright, and I gotta make sure I don't bash somebody or get bashed into. So leaders, again, as I just said, bear in mind, this isn't something you're born with. There are people that act that way. There are people that you would think they're born with just, kind of that positive attitude, and they're always upbeat. Now, you know what? That's a choice. That's a complete choice. Sure, there are people that are born with, and again, this goes back to, there are certain characteristics that will be easier for some of you to develop and habituate and enhance and grow and grow in your life, but there'll be other habits and characteristics that will be more difficult for that same person. So there are people, sure, that are born with the physiology and the chemistry, literally the chemistry, to be available to be more cheerful people. That doesn't mean they're going to be. It's still a choice. It's still something you decide. My chemistry is such that I'm, more of a pensive kind of person. I can tend toward the blues pretty easily. Depression would be a real possibility for somebody like me. It's just something you have to work with, So I'm not as upbeat as I'd like to be. I'm way more than I used to be, so I know people can change. So the point is this. Leaders expect a successful outcome partially because, and this will cycle back to something that you'll hear me discuss many times again, and you've heard me discuss in other of the lessons. You have to have a clearly defined outcome. You have to have a clear vision. Where is it we want to go with this? How do we know when we've gotten there? So there should be something that is clearly defined so that you've achieved it. Leaders also can expect a successful outcome because they stay focused on the outcome. I don't mean every minute. We've talked about the fact that, if you're out in a lake and your boat tips over and you got to swim to shore, well, you're going to exhaust yourself if you try to stay focused on a particular spot on the shoreline every minute. You can't do that. But if you will focus, look up, make sure you're aligned with your goal where you're swimming, and then get back to the business of swimming, and every so often look up and make sure that you're on target so that you're not wandering back and forth. That's what you want. It's going to help you be successful. If you do that, you can pretty much expect a successful outcome of making it back to the shore. Or at least you raise your odds significantly, assuming you've got the aerobic endurance, whatever. So, I don't want to belabor the point too much, but the point is, it is something you have to decide. It is something where you have to take the negative or the challenges in stride and understand that some of those you may even be able to leverage to your good if you stay alert to that possibility. And you just keep moving forward in faith. Don't be subject to fear. Move ahead in faith that if you're a believer, move ahead in faith that God's going to help you. If you're not a believer, but you're open to the truth of the goodness of God, be aware that He wants the best for all people. God doesn't want to punish. He wants goodness and wants to express His kindness to all mankind. So have faith. Have faith that things will work, but they work when you work. So you have to work on them. And so I'm rambling now at this point, so I'm going to cut it off. So that's day 14. Leaders expect a successful outcome. And so I will be back to see you tomorrow for day 15. And we will talk more about how leaders manage process and guide people and drive change in their organizations or households or their church, whatever it might be. Hey, thanks for watching. Listen, do me a favor. Go down below and subscribe to this channel. If you want notifications of when the videos come up, hit the blue bell down there. And then if you would do me a kindness and hit the thumbs up button, that will help our relevance in the algorithms. All right, have a great day. Go out there and do what you were born to do, and that is be a man. All right, Glenn Tobias, The Return of Man. I will see you later. Bye.